What's up, YouTube? Like, subscribe. See? Oh, but it's boring now, right? You're literally looking at your phone like, where's the energy paradigm? You always give us something with the like and subscribe. Like, I'm tired of doing that. Edit my videos. They're saying hi to you. You should be here. The more of you that come here, the easier it is that you won't have to watch the YouTube videos. And then other people who don't watch me on Twitch can watch the YouTube videos. And we can all join in on the conversation together because y'all be leaving the weirdest fucking comments on my fucking videos. I want to talk to you about somebody that we spoke about a year ago. Lavern Spicer. As of now, over 20 to 30% of the DC black population will no longer be allowed to enter a restaurant, bar, or movie theater. When Joe Biden says Jim Crow 2.0, he's talking about his own damn policies. Okay. Republican candidate fighting to expose the lies of the left and the Democrats' destruction of black America. Join me in the fight. I'm going to break this down. Now you're going to say, well, why are you just obsessing over a tweet? It's just a tweet. Republican candidate for Congress. Problems are occurring. Are you catching my drift here about why I complain about these things? Because we could actually go into the deeper meaning behind the tweet, which was tweeted with her own fucking fingers, and figure out exactly what the fuck is going on. So let's break it down. It's a paradigm breakdown. I should just title my videos, Lavern Spicer Tweets, a Breakdown. As of now, over 20 to 30% of the DC black population will no longer be allowed to enter a restaurant, bar, or movie theater. Okay. Republicans love to say, it's already happening. Mauled incoming. I didn't even, I looked at this tweet and I was like, I'm going to do this rationally. I'm just going to, yo, felt that. Thank you for the follow. That was the perfect sound. Mauled incoming.
Oh my God. Bro, get some water, bro.
If all lives matter, then why is it Republicans make things about race when it specifically benefits their talking points, but ignore it at every other place? Now, you might say, I've heard that take before. I've already heard many of the, you online lefties take that take. I want you to really rationalize this. If one side is making it about race when they specifically want to, wouldn't it be counterproductive to say the other side makes it about race when they want to, when they're both making it about race? So it's about race? It makes me so questionable as to where these people think you can both say in the same sentence that black people are among the most unvaccinated people because they don't have trust in the government. They believe this, that, and the other, and then use that as the reasoning to not only not trust the government, but then put that a step further and say, well, because of these rules, black people won't be able to do it. Maybe if we had a little bit more access and accessibility to getting the vaccine, if we had better job protections to allow people to take off work if they catch COVID, there's a whole level and layer of reasoning behind why people won't get the vaccine who just happen to be minority cases. And the fact is that they have at least a legitimate case, and thinking about how we've treated vaccines in certain scientific experiments in the past. Yes, Tuskegee, we're bringing that up again. But at this point in time, I am fully vaxxed. I am boosted. Wait, the third arm. I gotta show y'all the third arm. It takes a little bit to come out because you gotta push your intestines so the arm could. There's a hole right here, and that's why I'll be wearing tight shirts, because I don't want it to just, slip out. You're using black hesitancy to push your idea that the vaccine mandates, which is the next part of what I want to talk about, that the vaccine mandates are Jim Crow 2.0. And if all lives matter, then the vaccine mandates have nothing to do with black people. But let's make some sense out of this for a quick second. Everyone's not getting the vaccine. Like everyone, your platform is built on white people not trusting the government and thinking that it's a government overreach to take the vaccine. So how is it Jim Crow 2.0? 2.0 Jim Crow is white and black people? Why didn't we start with that with the first one? Why did we have the solution? It was right there. Just segregate everyone. Oh wait, that's integration. We did that already. And look at why don't we segregate people based on fucking class? Oh wait, we did that already. Why do we base it on money? Oh, we did that already. Like, that's why. Okay, so you want to ask this question at the end of this as you're watching this. You're saying, why are you so energetic? Why are you so talking? Why are you talking about this like it really matters? Because these are the people that want to enter into politics, real politics with legislative power. If I could get rid of all of them and replace all of them with like normal thinking people, we could have literal debates on like how to actually help people. I want a Republican and Democratic Party where the Republicans are like, we should give poor people $500 a month, and the Democrats are like 550, and they just keep arguing and bidding up. And we vote based on like how economically viable each of the solutions are, or what type of restriction. Like, you still can't buy hot food on food stamps unless you know the dudes. That is perplexing to me. That is perplexing to me. Perplexing to me. Does she understand Jim Crow? Of course fucking not. Of course, she wants to use it because they like clicks. And it's like, okay, so this is going to go a layer deeper. And this is why I want to talk about this as the first thing today. So mad. Yo, Jim Crow is a very notable part of my studies in college. And you are equating equalizing segregation and the lynching and the killing of black people to a overall policy where I'm just asking you to get the shot. Like, just let him stick a needle in your arm and squeeze the juice. This is not a hard fucking thing. The pandemic would, like, and this is why I said that we're gonna go a layer deeper. It's crazy that we're still having this conversation 2 years later while people at the same time are arguing, why won't the pandemic end? Yes, that's a fucking meme. Like, I'm not going to get vaccinated and I'm not going to wear a mask and you're going to end the pandemic. But like, people are running these memes as real campaign strategies. And you can make all the fun of it you want. We can mock them, pet the chud. Oh, this is stupid, whatever. But like, these are real people running real layers of office. So if these people are running on that, do you not think that there are people in the fucking government that think like this? Do you not think that these people like have this fucking modus operandi to chastise black people for decisions that they don't even see in their own communities because they live in a gated place and a drive with the driveway and shit? Like, come on, man. Maybe if 20 to 30% of the DC black population would get the fucking shot, you wouldn't have anything to fucking talk about. But somehow you still have something to fucking talk about. How do we fix it? Oh, okay, you want solutions. You know, I used to be solution oriented till I just got mad about everything. Okay, solutions. How would we solve this non-issue? Because again, it is a non-issue. Like, over what? Matter of fact, you know what? Since you mentioned solutions, how about we just look that shit up? Please don't give me the world. Washington, D.C. 70% of the population. That makes the next point I was about to make even fucking worse. I shouldn't have looked that up because that just justifies me. That just justifies me. 70% of Washington, D.C. is fully vaccinated. That means out of the 30% of people who are not vaccinated, 20 to 30% of those people are black in her worldview of how she sees black people. See, I can't even, like, it's hard for me to even get into the specifics of it because, like, do you mean, like, people who list as black? Do you mean people who non-Latino? Like, what is exactly the criteria here? But that means that the majority of your state, the state that you're talking about, has the ability to do these things. That means 70% of the DC black population is on the path to do the right thing, to get the privilege, etc., which means that you're really talking about a super minority. So that means that super minority has to have some underlying issue as to why they won't get vaccinated. Are any of them immunocompromised? Have any of them been told by their doctors they shouldn't get it? Are they just willfully ignoring it, or is there another deep-seated reason? Are these people practicing safely? Do these people even care about going into restaurants, bars, and movie theaters? There's a person making a list right now of places all across the United States where you can get in unvaxxed. So is it all restaurants, bars, and movie theaters? Are they specifically saying you're black and unvaccinated? Solutions. You see why it's hard for me to look for solutions to these things? Because I have to solve all the underlying concepts before I even begin to say we should do X, Y, and Z. Because that's how I'm not saying you specifically, but that's how you care about people. You have to ask them, am I just going to make the mandate go straight, get vaxxed, or it's over for you? Or do I ask you a question, what exactly is your problem or your hesitation? Maybe I can solve that for you. Do you trust me? If you don't trust me, who do you trust? Can I give them the information, explain it to them in a way where they can explain it to you? See, that's how we fix it. That's how we fix it. Matter of fact, good segue. That's how we fix that. Is that we need actual pillars in communities that people trust blindly. And I don't mean like on some Third Reich shit. I don't mean on some like this motherfucker God type shit. I mean, if you know that some shit going off, there's a place y'all go to discuss, wrap that, and you get educated, very knowledgeable people who say, this is a good conversation. X, Y, and Z just happens to be wrong though. Can we rethink this for our community in this way, because this is actually what's happening? Or you could say, I'm glad you have that opinion. Can I ask where you got that base from? Let's talk about your sources. Let's talk about where you get your information from. We need to have a uniform response to misinformation because it entrenches deep. And that's why this type of situation is too complicated for me to just say, okay, let's dunk on this tweet and then end it. Because I'm trying to give you some real world ramifications. How do we know that this stat of which I literally just disproved, by the way, she made that sound large. She made that sound large on purpose. Now that we're past the fact that she's bullshitting out her mouth, let's actually talk about, okay, how would we do it? Pillars in the community, educational centers. If somebody comes up to you and says, the vax is no problem, you think that would be enough? But like, I've heard this, I've heard that. Well, okay, if you've heard this and that, how much of that is a risk you're willing to take as, of course, and I'm going to use a Six Flags analogy, to getting on a ride that has a 1% failure rate? Oh, I get on rides all the time. Nothing happens. I've heard of King Ka stalling, but I still got on that shit and did it. Like, okay, so 1% isn't enough to make you afraid of a ride that could eject you at high speeds or leave you up and fall. Like, Final Destination didn't stop you from taking fucking rides. Final Destination maybe makes you make a right turn or like turn into another lane when you see a logger with logs in the back of his truck. Like, you operate on fear generally. Cautious fear, not irrational fear. What you are explaining, what you are wishing for, what you are doing right now when it comes to this type of shit is pure fear mongering. You are playing on and at the same fucking time, these people will say shit like COVID only kills 1% of the population. Why don't we just off 1% of the population every year then? Why don't we just off, which is going to lead me to a Destiny tweet, and oh God, I'm gonna have to get into that world for a second. Anyway, like, what I want you to think about when you see these types of declarative statements. No, I'm not pushing you to be, follow all the leftists, follow the science. Like, there's so much shit I could talk about with that. And we're gonna talk about that today. So the irony is like I'm in the ballpark already. So whatever. What I want you to think about is how deep these issues go. You cannot solve both. And this is why, and I think I'm going to end this segment on this. This is why I'm a fan of vaccine mandates. Because it's too deep an issue at this point. It's too deep-seated in our country. At this point, I can't do enough explaining to you to explain to you why these things are bad. Matter of fact, you not getting vaxxed is gaining these people more power. These people are gaining power off you and your fear, while at the same time telling you, live in fear. You don't live in fear, sorry. So at some point, at some general makeshift argument, I feel like I have a justification to support vaccine mandates because you motherfuckers not following the rules anyway. If the mandates were working, we'd be seeing a reduction in COVID. Like, keep fucking going. Like, anytime somebody come to me with some bullshit, I just ask them the same question. Just go one step further. Just take that and walk one step further. And you always notice that the people who are just dead wrong, just stupid as fuck, always walk like in a circle. Like, what I said, forward, not fucking left, not fucking diagonal, just walk straight. And somehow they don't walk straight because they know that it's easy for us to be able to create hypotheses based on what we hear and what we see, and then have hypocritical stances on top of that. You can't be telling people don't live in fear and then at the same time think that the vaccine mandate is an overreach of the government when you are not following the fucking fuck. You are not following the fucking mandate anyway, and you are fine. Those 1% of the population pays taxes, so all of them is out of the question because COVID is fair. It hits rich and poor alike. All right, Thanos. All right, Thanos. Okay, Thanos. But like, yeah, like, yo, I didn't even think about that. Thank you. Like, we talk about it like the people it's killing are like useless pieces of society. If you die from COVID, you a bitch. Like, I've had 152 people die. 152. Like, all of them's bitches. Like, all of them is bitches, apparently. And that's what got me so tight when we were looking at that tweet like a couple months ago, where I told people underneath Tim Pool's fucking tweet that like I've had this many people die. And they were like, I'd love to see the bullshit facts on that. Do you have their names, numbers, and addresses? Like, they was just figures to you in the first place. The fuck do you care? Oh my God. Anyway, that's it for me on YouTube. I'll see y'all later. Like, subscribe, hit the thing. You know what it is.